Now here we are concerned with the classification and its types. As far as the classification is concerned, classifications are developed for a number of group of plants. For example, algae has their own classification, fungi are having classification. Likewise, all groups of plant, pteridophyte, bryophyte, angiosperm, gymnosperm, all that plants are having their own classifications. The classification is systematic plan arranged according to the criteria that is called as similarities and differences. That means according to the similar characters and different characters, the similarity and differences, the plants are arranged in a particular plan, a systematic plan, according to the opinion of that scientist who develops the classification. This is the simply classification. It is a systematic plan according to the similarity and differences of the plant. Then as far as the classification is concerned, these classification systems are simply concerned with the angiosperm plants. The angiosperms are, as far as the angiosperms are concerned, the classification history is very long. It is started from Theophrastus near about 350 BC. That means the ancient history of classification is there, and the angiosperm, there are number of classification, indefinite number of classifications are developed for this flowering plant, that is angiosperm. Then as far as these classifications are concerned, angiosperm classifications are generally classified into three different types of classification, are grouped into three different groups. For example, some classifications are called as artificial classification, it is also called as primitive classifications. Second, that is natural classifications, and third, that is phylogenetic classification. The classification according to different criteria, the classification classification history started from this artificial classification. It is also called as a primitive classification. Why it is called as primitive classification? Because these classifications are very ancient classifications, and the history of classification start from these primitive classifications. For example, the Theophrastus was a father of botany, actually started the classification system in 350 BC. That means the classification is started at the before this 2000 years, and this classification is simply depends on some characters, for example morphological or visible characters like a herb, shrub and tree. This is a single character, that is habit of plant, is considered by this Theophrastus. That means Theophrastus classification was depend on a single character. The character is simply habit of the plant, that is herb, shrub and tree. This is the classification of simple classification of Theophrastus before 350 BC. Then second classification, which is the good example or classical example of primitive classification, that is Linnaeus classification. The classification was developed in 18th century, and the classification again it depends on the single character. The character is the reproductive character or sexual character, that is the androecium, number and nature. That means number and nature of androecium is the character used for the classification by the Linnaeus. As far as the primitive classifications are there, the classifications are very ancient classifications, primitive classifications, and these classifications are depends on the single character or generally a few characters, and these characters are not sufficient to develop a complete classification or complete plants, flowering plants classification. Hence the classifications are having more drawbacks because classification depends on the less number of characters or single character. Linnaeus classification depends on the number of androecium. For example, Linnaeus developed 24 classes of the plant according to the number and nature of stamen. For example, monoandria having 1 stamen, diandria having 2 stamens, triandria having 3 stamens. Likewise, then monoadelphia, diadelphia according to the nature of stamen, didynamia, tetradynamia. These are some classes of the Linnaeus according to the number and nature of androecium or arrangement of androecium, and hence due to the use of single character or few character for the classification, the classifications are having more drawbacks, and the classifications are very ancient. Hence it is called as a primitive classifications, or it is again called as a artificial classification. As far as the natural classifications are concerned, The Bentham and Hooker classification, which was developed at 19th century in 18 to 1884, that time Bentham and Hooker classification developed, and the classification is classical, good example of good classification, classical example of classification, and Bentham and Hooker classification is actually a morphological classification. All the characters used by that Bentham and Hooker are generally morphological, visible characters, and due to that the classification system is very important classification for identification of plant, for use of practical purpose, for development of flora. All that particular work in taxonomy, the Bentham and Hooker classification is a good classification because it depends on the morphological character. Bentham and Hooker used a natural character. That means, for example, for the development of dicot and monocot, used a number of characters, number of visible morphological character like a parallel venation, taproot system, then a number of orals of flower, trimerous, tetramerous, then two cotyledons in seed or monocotyledon in cotyledon seed. That means number of characters are used. Then nature of corolla, position of ovary. These are some characters used by Bentham and Hooker. That means the natural characters of the plants are used for the classification. Hence, the Bentham and Hooker classification is the natural classification. Suppose that is natural classification, but actually the classification is artificial classification. Depends on only the morphological or visible characters of the plant. Phylogenetic classification means the classification depends on the evolutionary interrelationship of plant. That means evolution is the main criteria for the classification of plant. At that time, the classifications are called as a phylogenetic classification. And there are different classifications, number of classifications are there. These classifications are actually developed after Darwin's hypothesis of evolution, and hence it is called as a phylogenetic classification. And that all that scientists used the main criteria as a evolution and evolutionary interrelationship of the plant, and due to that it is called as a phylogenetic classification. The good examples of phylogenetic classifications are Engler's and Prandtl's classification, which was developed at 1886, Hutchinson classification developed at 1926, and Takhtajan, more recent classification developed in 1981. These are the examples of classification. These classifications are depend on the phylogeny and evolutionary interrelationship of plant. But in these classifications are also, there are two views. One that is called as Englerian group, and second that is called as Englerian view, and second that is called as the Rannellian view. The Rannellian view are mostly the Hutchinson is the good example of classification of Rannellian classification, and Takhtajan also. Englerian group suppose that the evolution is a regressive evolution is the progressive evolution. Generally, evolution is a progressive according to the Engler and Prandtl. That means their views are different for as far as the evolution is concerned. And Hutchinson and the number of scientists are there. They are having a Rannellian. This group is called as Rannellian group of classification because the evolution is the opinion of that scientists are evolution is generally a regressive evolution, and that means progressive and regressive evolution. These are the two criteria of phylogeny used by these different scientists, and these classifications are depend on the phylogenetic character. Hence it is called as a phylogenetic classification. Mostly depends on the evolution and evolutionary interrelationship of the plant. Later on, number of classifications are developed on the basis of this classification. For example, Cronquist's classification developed on the basis of Takhtajan classification. Then Dahlgren and Tournay are there. Number of classifications are there. They are recent classification, and all that classifications are depends on the phylogenetic characters, and they use the evolution as a criteria. Evolutionary interrelationship affinities are simply used as a criteria, and mostly the classification depends on the data used by different branches of botany. For example, anatomy, embryology, then cytology, palynology, all that data used by the scientists like Takhtajan and Cronquist, and due to that this classification are also called as a modern classification. That means phylogenetic classification again subdivided into a modern classification because this classification used data from different branches of botany, and due to that, this classification becomes a more ideal classification. That means phylogenetic classifications are more ideal classification than the natural, and natural systems are more ideal than the primitive classification. This is about the types of classification in case of angiosperm plants.